To a developing story now, massive search and rescue efforts are currently underway for the missing Egypt airplane. The flight from Paris to Cairo went off the radar while over the Mediterranean Sea last night. 56 passengers and 10 crew members are believed to have been in the Airbus A320. Meanwhile, France says it will not rule out terrorism at this point. 15 of its nationals were on board. On the line now, we have Guy Leitch. He's the editor of SA Flyer magazine. Guy, thanks so much for your time. Firstly, just tell us about when a distress call is sent out. What exactly happens?
Hi, yeah, nice to be with you. Well, it immediately creates various levels of alarm called distress for most commonly, which is one of the more serious levels, and that activates all the rescue services in the applicable area. So, for instance, if in this particular case the aircraft was in Greek airspace, it would have scrambled the Greek search and rescue operations and probably the Egyptian search and rescue operations as well. Fortunately, this is not going to be MH370, the Malaysian 777 that disappeared. I think we're going to know within a very close area, small area, where it's gone down.
It's always very surprising. Just tell us, how difficult or easy is it for a plane to just vanish?
Well, we've seen that it's easier than one would have thought from MH370, where we still have no idea where it is. But in a busy airspace like the Eastern Mediterranean, it shouldn't really be a big problem, because the airspace is monitored. For instance, the aircraft is putting out a transponder return, which has been tracked, and the aircraft is also putting out other returns, which are also able to be monitored much more closely. This aircraft was on radar, so I think that we have a very good idea where it is. It shouldn't have disappeared.
So we know that there are search and rescue missions currently underway. What's the plan of action for the airline, though?
Well, the airline has a very firmly set of processes that go into place whenever a disaster like this happens, in terms of obviously contacting the next of kin, setting a necessary investigation and search and rescue processes in order, providing counselling, all that sort of stuff. So the next process is finding out where the aircraft is first and foremost, and whether there are any survivors.
Now, does EgyptAir have a track record at all? Can you tell us?
It hasn't got a particularly bulletproof track record, I'm afraid. It is in a very hot spot in the world, and it's had a couple of serious hull losses, even over the past 10 years or so. Look, not all of them, have been the EgyptAir's fault, and one of them was probably, again, a pilot suicide event. But it's an airline that tries hard. It's part of the well-respected Star Alliance, and it's just a pity that this is another incident that's befallen EgyptAir.
All right, thanks very much for the insight. That was Guy Leitch from SA Flyer magazine.